What really grabbed my attention here is how this video challenges something most people believe. Everyone online keeps saying the same thing: learn coding, learn marketing, learn the newest AI tools. But the argument here is deeper. It's saying that skills themselves aren't the real advantage anymore. History actually supports this idea. The people who lasted the longest intellectually weren't locked into one field. They moved between them. When you hear examples like Leonardo da Vinci or Benjamin Franklin, it reminds you that their power wasn't just knowledge, it was curiosity and adaptability, and that raises a serious question for today's world.
For a long time, expertise was enough.
This part about AI is where things start getting uncomfortable, but also honest. Technology is speeding up knowledge cycles. Something that takes months to learn today might be automated tomorrow. That doesn't mean learning is useless, but it means static knowledge ages faster than ever. So the real advantage shifts from what you know to how you think. People who can move ideas across different areas suddenly become far harder to replace.
And long-term problem solving. Daily practice. Spend 20 minutes learning a concept outside your field. Then ask one question. How could this change how I think in my main area? 2. Build mental.
The phrase transferable intelligence is actually a powerful concept. It's basically the ability to take lessons from one domain and apply them somewhere completely different. For example, an engineer using biological ideas to design machines, or a psychologist using economic incentives to understand behavior. That kind of thinking multiplies your ability to solve problems, and interestingly, that's something machines still struggle.
New information. Weekly habit. Learn one core idea from another field and consciously connect it to something you already know. 3. Practice adaptive.
This part about mental models is extremely important. Instead of memorizing random facts, you start learning patterns about how the world works. Psychology explains human behavior. Economics explains incentives. Biology explains adaptation. When you combine those ideas, your brain becomes more flexible. You stop thinking in one dimension and start seeing problems from multiple angles.
That's a skill machines struggle to replicate. 4. Iterate, don't accumulate. Most people collect knowledge. Elite learners iterate. They move through cycles, learn to apply, to reflect, to adapt. Mistakes aren't failures, they're feedback. Elon Musk doesn't rely on one domain. He transfers thinking between physics, software, manufacturing, and economics, constantly refining his mental models. Your value.
The Feynman principle mentioned here is one of the most underrated learning strategies. If you truly understand something, you should be able to explain it simply to anyone. That process forces your brain to reorganize knowledge instead of just memorizing it. And when you do that regularly, you're not just learning information anymore. You're training your brain to think.
The harder you are to replace. Close.
This comparison between AI and human thinking is fascinating. AI can process massive amounts of data incredibly fast. But humans still have advantages in intuition, analogies, and real-life experience. Those abilities come from connecting ideas across different situations, and that's exactly what transferable intelligence is about.
Will always outlast any fleeting skill. If you want to future-proof your mind and career, subscribe and join me as we explore how elite learners grow, adapt, and thrive in the age of AI.
The final message really brings everything together. Instead of constantly chasing the next trendy skill, maybe the better strategy is to train your mind to connect ideas better, because tools change. Platforms change. Entire industries change. But the ability to adapt and transfer knowledge will always stay valuable, and honestly, that might be the most future-proof skill anyone can build today.